Say a no without guilt. Master your boundaries. There is a way to protect your energy that does not depend on explanations, apologies, or external permission. A boundary that speaks softly from within, steady, clear, and deeply liberating. This boundary is not something you build to keep people out. It is something you remember to keep yourself in. Mastering your boundaries is the sacred practice of aligning your inner world with the authenticity that already lives inside your soul. When your energy resonates with your real needs, you do not perform a no. You embody it. Because a boundary is not a wall. It is a frequency, and you can tune into it now. What boundary resonance really means. Resonance is the harmony between your voice, your values, your capacity, and your spirit. It is the moment your inner truth stops hiding behind yes and begins to breathe freely. When you resonate with your boundaries, your over-explaining softens, your intuition clarifies, your no flows naturally. Your energy becomes genuine and radiant. Truth responds to resonance, not effort. The more you align with your needs, the more effortlessly your boundaries live through you. Resonance whispers, "I am safe to have limits," and your soul responds, Why boundaries are a frequency, not a performance. Performances of strength come and go. Frequencies of self-worth remain. A boundary is not aggression. It is not coldness. It is not a temporary reaction to anger. It is a stable frequency of integrity, clarity, and gentle courage. When you attune to it, even saying no to someone you love feels empowering. Because truth becomes the foundation of your being. This is why some people feel at peace even when disappointing others. They are not performing a boundary, they are resonating with it. And resonance can be practiced. Real-life examples of boundary resonance shifts. Example 1. The voice of the limit. She felt drained by others' constant demands. Instead of arguing, she listened inward. She breathed into her throat, softened her fear of rejection, and allowed her true no to form. Within minutes, her internal pressure shifted. Nothing changed externally. Yet her boundary gently surfaced because her frequency changed first. Example 2. The intuitive no. She noticed how often she overrode her intuition to please people. One morning she chose to pause, listen, and honor her need for rest. Her spirit felt heard. Her words became clear. Her no flowed naturally, not because she practiced a script, but because she allowed resonance. Example 3. The permission to protect. She realized she was waiting for others to stop asking before she felt ready to decline. In a quiet moment, she whispered, "I allow myself to protect my energy now." Her shoulders dropped. That permission became a daily practice, and healthy boundaries became her baseline. Truth responds to allowance. The practice of boundary resonance. To align your soul with your limits, practice 3 gentle invitations. 1. Attune to inner capacity. Notice where your mind is loud with others' expectations. Bring your attention there without judgment. Silence brings clarity. Ask yourself, what is my truth beneath the obligation? 2. Attune to intuitive voice. Boundaries live in the intuitive voice, not in the fear of conflict. Soften your throat. Release the need to explain. Breathe into your heart center. An open channel naturally resonates with truth. 3. Attune to embodiment. Limits respond to gentle expression. Set the intention softly without force. I allow my needs to be seen now. Intention tunes the frequency. Daily boundary resonance practice. Place one hand on your heart and one on your solar plexus, your power center. Close your eyes. Take 3 slow breaths. On the inhale, feel self-respect rising. On the exhale, release others' expectations. Then say softly, I attune my soul to my authentic limits. I resonate with gentle courage. I allow my no to be a sacred yes to myself. Stay here for a moment. This is alignment. "40 Affirmations for Mastering Your Boundaries." I am naturally attuned to my inner capacity. I am naturally attuned to my inner capacity. My energy resonates with clear boundaries and ease. My energy resonates with clear boundaries and ease. My no responds to my inner harmony. My no responds to my inner harmony. I allow my limits to emerge softly. I allow my limits to emerge softly. I choose self-respect over external approval. I choose self-respect over external approval. My voice feels safe to speak my limits. My voice feels safe to speak my limits. I release the need to over-explain and welcome clarity. I release the need to over-explain and welcome clarity. My breath anchors me in a calm no. My breath anchors me in a calm no. Truth flows through my boundaries gently. Truth flows through my boundaries gently. I listen to my needs with deep compassion. I listen to my needs with deep compassion. I give myself permission to disappoint others to be true to myself. I give myself permission to disappoint others to be true to myself. A boundary does not need to be a conflict. A boundary does not need to be a conflict. I release the fear of setting a limit. I release the fear of setting a limit. My heart is open to gentle honesty about my time. My heart is open to gentle honesty about my time. I allow my boundaries without apology or shame. I allow my boundaries without apology or shame. My soul remembers the frequency of self-protection. My soul remembers the frequency of self-protection. I align with the space I need to thrive. I align with the space I need to thrive. Being firm yet kind is my natural state of being. Being firm yet kind is my natural state of being. I resonate with inner clarity and boundary courage. I resonate with inner clarity and boundary courage. My energy feels protected and radiant. My energy feels protected and radiant. I allow my no to be expressed effortlessly. I allow my no to be expressed effortlessly. I soften my resistance to honoring my limits. I soften my resistance to honoring my limits. Boundaries feel safe, natural, and freeing. Boundaries feel safe, natural, and freeing. I welcome my truth in demanding moments. I welcome my truth in demanding moments. I trust my voice to be heard easily. I trust my voice to be heard easily. My boundaries integrate into my daily relationships. My boundaries integrate into my daily relationships. I carry my limits quietly and firmly within me. I carry my limits quietly and firmly within me. My presence feels genuine and peaceful. My presence feels genuine and peaceful. I embody a calm, steady realness regarding my time. I embody a calm, steady realness regarding my time. Limits flow through me without force. Limits flow through me without force. I am in harmony with my authentic needs. I am in harmony with my authentic needs. My inner world feels aligned and protected. My inner world feels aligned and protected. I resonate with the frequency of self-honor. I resonate with the frequency of self-honor. My true self knows when to say no. My true self knows when to say no. I am attuned, aligned, and respected. I am attuned, aligned, and respected. My soul naturally expresses its limits. My soul naturally expresses its limits. I listen to my heart's capacity with compassion. I listen to my heart's capacity with compassion. I honor the boundaries I choose to embody. I honor the boundaries I choose to embody. My inner power is always available to me. My inner power is always available to me. I am home in my protected truth. I am home in my protected truth. Closing reflection. Boundaries do not require perfect conditions. They require resonance. When your voice is clear, your capacity is honored, and your energy is genuine, a healthy no emerges naturally. Mastering boundaries is not about building walls. It is about remembering the space you are meant to occupy. So soften, breathe, listen inwardly, and repeat the truth your soul already knows. I am attuned to my limits. I resonate with authenticity. I allow myself to be real now. Your authentic self is not hidden. It is already responding to your alignment. Softly you are becoming. Tell me which affirmation touched your heart today. I'd love to read your reflections. Zainab, the quiet becoming. Let's keep healing together.